Part 7.
The moment the Empress raised her sword, Liz knew this was not a joke. At first, Liz moved carefully. Too carefully. Her grip was loose, her stance awkward, every swing hesitant. She let the blade skim past instead of striking, let her feet trip instead of pivot. She wanted to look harmless, useless. But the Empress did not slow down. Steel clashed, footsteps thundered, and then Liz fell. Her back slammed against the ground, the breath punched out of her lungs in a sharp, humiliating gasp. Before she could even roll away, the Empress lunged. The sword came down, fast, too fast. Liz twisted on instinct, rolling hard across the dirt as the blade struck the ground where her neck had been a heartbeat earlier. Her heart slammed against her ribs. Is she trying to off me? Is this real? Liz scrambled up, breath shaking, dust clinging to her clothes. And that's when she saw him, the male lead. Standing at the edge of the training ground, arms crossed, smiling. Liz. No, no, no! What is he doing here? Wait, is he laughing at me? Her thoughts shattered as the Empress attacked again. Steel screamed. Liz barely dodged. Okay, enough, she thought wildly. I don't want to yet. Focus, stay alive, just don't show too much. She stopped trying to counterattack and focused only on survival. Duck, step back, never straight. The Empress's irritation became visible. Her swings grew heavier, sharper, angrier. Fight back, the Empress snapped. Liz shook her head desperately. I don't know how. The Empress scoffed, eyes blazing. Then swing, idiot. The sword came again. Liz's arms screamed, her legs trembled. This is it, she thought. I'm really going to die here. Then, a voice cut through the air. Sister? The world stopped. The Empress froze mid-motion. Her sword lowered an inch. Liz collapsed to her knees, her strength finally giving out. The butler rushed forward immediately, gripping her arm. Miss Liz, are you okay? Liz forced a smile, breath uneven. Barely alive, I whispered honestly. The Empress had already turned away. Standing a few steps away was a young woman, Elena, the Empress' cousin. She was beautiful in a soft, elegant way. Eyes warm, gentle, observant. Too gentle for someone born into this family. She looked like someone who smiled easily. Someone normal. I've been looking everywhere for you, sister, Elena said, stepping closer, pointing at a small, decorated box. I brought you an early birthday gift. The Empress didn't even look at her. That was all. Liz noticed it immediately. The distance, the coldness, the way the Empress's shoulders stiffened just a fraction. I mean, she's the Empress' cousin, right? They grew up together, same family, same palace, so why did she ignore her? I mean, she seems nice. Elena tried again. Would you like to have tea together? I have work, the Empress replied flatly, already pulling off her gloves. Liz, let's go. Liz nodded quickly, walking despite her shaking legs. Liz glanced back. Elena's smile had cracked just a little. Anger flashed in her eyes before she smoothed it away. Then Elena spoke again, sweet as honey. Father came with me, she said, grinning. He's waiting for you. The Empress stopped, just for a second. Liz saw it, the clenched fist, the sharp inhale. Then the Empress straightened, face unreadable once more. Fine.
The door swung open, hard. Liz barely had time to step aside before the Empress strode in, and there he was. Seated comfortably, legs crossed, elbow resting where only the Empress was meant to sit, going through some documents. The Empress stopped. Silence stretched. Then his voice cut through the room, smooth and sharp like a blade wrapped in silk. How dare you, he said calmly, leave me waiting. The air shifted instantly. Servants lowered their heads. One by one, they slipped out of the room as if fleeing a storm. Liz didn't move. She didn't know why her feet refused to obey. And suddenly, it was just the three of them. The Empress inclined her head, posture flawless. Sorry, Uncle, she said evenly. I was busy. His gaze flicked over her, sweat-damp hair, loosened gloves. Busy doing what? He asked. Then he laughed, low and mocking. Wait, playing with swords? Liz felt it then, the shift. How many times have I told you to stop this nonsense? You are an Empress. Your hands are not meant to get dirty. That is what the knights are for. The Empress's fingers curled. Liz saw it, the tight fist, the restrained tremor. But when the Empress spoke, her voice was calm. But I love swordsmanship. The word love barely left her lips before he stood, slowly, dangerously. Are you going against your uncle, Rowena? He stepped closer and placed a hand on her shoulder. Liz's stomach twisted. Who raised you? He asked softly. The Empress didn't answer right away. You, she said. Who stood by you when your parents passed away? When the courts tried to tear you apart? Who protected you when everyone else sharpened their knives? You, the Empress replied again. Liz's thoughts screamed. Why is he doing this? See, the man said gently. Your uncle knows what's best for you. His hand tightened, just slightly. That is why I told you to marry, yet you continue to disobey me, sending suitors away one by one. He tilted his head. Is that good behavior, Rowena? The Empress's hand trembled once. Then, yes, she said softly. I apologize, Uncle. Liz felt sick. He's controlling her. He's breaking her. The man smiled, satisfied. Good girl. He stepped back, wearing his gloves. Court Edward will arrive today. You will meet him. He's a fine candidate. A pause. I'm not forcing you, of course. Elena would hate that. She cares so deeply about you. Liz clenched her jaw. Have tea with her later, he added lightly. You wouldn't want to treat your dear cousin like an outsider, would you? No, the Empress replied. Liz's thoughts exploded. Why isn't she fighting back? I thought she was the villainess, so why does she look trapped? The man turned toward the door. Oh, he said over his shoulder. Happy early birthday. His eyes gleamed. I'll see you at the banquet. We have much to discuss then. He opened the door. Be a good girl. As he stepped out, his gaze flicked to Liz, a slow, knowing smirk.
The moment the door shut, everything broke. Papers and books flew across the room. The Empress screamed, not the sharp, cutting shout Liz was used to, but something raw, cracked, torn straight from the chest. Liz didn't think. She stepped forward. Your Majesty? Get out! The cry ripped through the room. The Empress's shoulders shook as she grabbed the edge of the table, breath coming apart. Liz stopped, then kept going. She reached out. Are you okay? Did I tell you to touch me? The Empress snapped, spinning around. Get out, now! Liz didn't move. The silence after that was heavy, dangerous. Slowly, the Empress turned, eyes red, wild, shining with unshed tears. What are you still doing here? She demanded. Are you defying me? Liz swallowed. Her heart hammered, but her voice stayed steady. No, Your Majesty. I'm just worried about you. The Empress laughed, a broken sound. Worried? She stepped closer. You think you can worry about me? Her hand shot out. Fingers closed around Liz's throat. The world narrowed. Air vanished. Do you know, the Empress whispered, eyes blazing, that I could kill you right now? Liz choked, but somehow she smiled. I know you can. The grip tightened. Oh, the Empress said softly. Really? Liz forced the words out. Yes, because if you wanted me, I wouldn't have lasted my first day. The Empress froze. I know you're not who you pretend to be, Liz continued, gasping. You care about the people and... Shut up, the Empress hissed. One more word and I'll cut your tongue out. Liz wheezed a laugh. You can do that too. Her vision swam, but she kept talking. I'm just a side character anyway. But before you do, please make sure my father gets treated and that my brother get a good job. She paused, then added weakly, but can I taste the chef bread one last time before you do? Silence. Then the grip vanished. Liz collapsed back, coughing violently, clutching her neck. Shut up, the Empress said hoarsely, turning away. You're a headache. Liz sucked in air, stood shakily, and bowed. Thank you, Your Majesty. The Empress snapped. Get out now. Liz hesitated, then, like the idiot she apparently was, asked,
Are we continuing the sword training, or should I tell the kitchen to prepare dinner? The Empress stared at her, then rubbed her temples. Are you still here? She muttered. Get out. Liz bowed again. Yes, Your Majesty. She walked out. Only when the door closed did her legs give out. She leaned against the wall, breathing hard, heart slamming. Why did I do that? I almost died. I'm insane. Her hands shook. I'm alive. I'm actually alive. Then her thoughts drifted back. The uncle, the words, the way the Empress folded. Why does he want her married so badly? I mean, she's only 18. But plenty young girls married young here. Is he the one who twisted her? Did he turn her into the villainess? Liz shook her head hard. Stop. This is getting complicated. I can't believe I've forgotten half the novel already. The plan. Remember the plan. Work, get paid, pay the debt, take Dad and my brother. Run. Live quietly. And never, ever do something that stupid again.
After dinner, the palace felt strange. Too quiet. The maids whispered as they worked, glancing at Liz the way people looked at a mystery they desperately wanted solved. Even the butler lingered longer than usual, asking, "What did you say to Her Majesty? Why didn't anything break this time?" And her uncle, what was the conversation about? Liz only smiled. The kind of smile that said, "I'm tired, I'm alive, and I'd like to stay that way." "I really don't know," she said, shaking her head gently. They didn't believe her, but they also didn't push. Funny enough, the Empress retired early that night. No wine, no shattered glass, no furious pacing. She sat at her desk, flipping through documents with tired eyes, stubbornly reading line after line, until, at some point, her head dipped forward. Asleep. Liz stepped closer. The Empress looked younger when she slept, less sharp, less terrifying, just tired. Liz carefully draped a blanket over her shoulders. "There you go," she whispered. She stood beside her for a moment. "It must be really hard for you, being an empress at such a young age." "Well, I don't know what you're carrying," Liz murmured softly, voice barely more than breath. "But you don't have to carry it alone. Even if you yell, even if you scare everyone." Her gaze softened. "I know what it's like to be trapped by people who say they love you." She stood, turned off the lamp, and headed for the door. "Good night, Your Majesty." Just then, for a second, she thought she saw the Empress's eyes open, watching her. Liz paused, then shook her head. "I'm exhausted," she told herself as she stepped into the night. She never heard the footsteps. The world spun when a hand grabbed her behind, dragging her hard into the shadow of a tree. Liz opened her mouth to scream, a cloth pressed to her face. Her lungs burned. She struggled, nails clawing at nothing, her heart pounding. Then everything went dark. Minutes later, when she woke, her head was splitting. She groaned softly, rolling onto her side, blinking. This wasn't the palace. The room was unfamiliar, smaller, old. The air smelled of oil paint. Liz pushed herself upright, wincing, and froze. Across the room sat Elena, the Empress's cousin, calm, smiling. When Elena noticed Liz, her face lit up. "Oh, you're awake," she said cheerfully. "I was starting to think you'd sleep forever." Liz swallowed. "What is going on?" she asked hoarsely. "What do you want? I don't know anything." Elena hummed, shaking her head. "Don't worry, we won't hurt you. We just need you to do a little thing for us." Liz frowned. "A thing?" You're so slow," she sighed lightly. "I don't know why Rowena keeps you around." Liz's stomach dropped. Elena smiled wider. "Father wants you to keep an eye on sister, because we care about her so much." Liz let out a small, humorless breath. "Oh, so you want me to be your spy?" Elena clapped delightedly. "Yes, see? You get it." Liz's smile vanished. "No." The room went still. I knew there was something fishy about her and her dad. Do they want me to hurt her? Liz thought. Elena blinked. "What did you say?" Liz straightened, despite the fear creeping up her spine. "I said no," she repeated. "Now let me go." Elena stared at her for a long moment. Then she smiled again, but this time it didn't reach her eyes.
You think you have a choice? She asked softly. Unless you don't care what happens to your brother and your father. Liz's body ran cold. What? Elena tilted her head. Don't make that face, she said lightly. We won't hurt them. Not unless you disobey. Liz bit her lip hard, tasting blood. No, no, no. This can't be real. Why is this happening to me? She forced her voice steady. What do you want me to do? Elena's smile returned, bright and pleased. Now you're talking. She leaned closer. Just report some little details. Who she meets, what she plans, and, well, maybe hurt her if we ask. Liz's breath hitched. You want me to kill her? She whispered. You can't be serious. I can't kill the Empress. Elena laughed softly. Oh, of course you can. You just don't know how, yet.
What have I gotten myself into? Liz's thoughts spiraled, loud and frantic inside her skull. I should have stayed put. I should have followed the story, kept my head down, never taken this job. Now they want me to poison her, kill her. Her chest tightened. I can't. I won't. But then, her father's pale face, her brother's forced smile, pretending he wasn't scared. But if I don't... Her fingers curled into her palms. Let's just get out of this room first. Alive first. Think later. Fine, Liz said quietly. Elena's eyes lit up, satisfied. That's good, she said lightly. Then it's settled. She clapped her hands once. Kate will keep an eye on you. Liz stiffened. Kate? The name hit harder than a slap. The Empress's close maid? Liz asked. Yes, Elena nodded cheerfully. Yes, you'll report to her. Any information you gather, any task we want done, she'll pass it along. She leaned closer, voice soft but sharp. You're the only one constantly beside my sister. She takes you everywhere. Please don't try anything stupid. Her smile widened. We wouldn't want to lose one of Sister's trusted maids, would we? Elena turned away, already done with her. I'm tired. It's far past my bedtime. She waved lazily over her shoulder. My boys will take you back. Have a good night, Liz. Liz barely had time to react. A cloth pressed to her face. Her breath hitched. Darkness.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification to know when I upload the next chapter.